Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and today we are doing Eelpollo. We're going to Eeloo. I almost said Eve. We're going to Eeloo. But first, we're going to finish up all the tech, all the science we need to get around the Space Center. Carson, you went to Dre, so the next up in line is Rob. You get the somewhat dubious task of driving around the Space Center in a car. So you're not going to go to Eeloo, you're not going to get that fame and fortune, but you do get a pretty sweet car. And here it is. Look at that. It's like a dune buggy, crazy looking contraption that nobody would ever want to drive in. Okay, let's go ahead and get you out. You have to hop out of this thing and then get in your chair. Very carefully. There we go. Board that chair. Now you're in the chair. We are going to stage this thing away, and it might be kind of loud, but hey, what are you going to do? Oh, there we go. We should put your brakes on as well. And we should have science to do, which we do. We've got an atmosphere analysis and a gravity scan. Gravity scan is worth 1.2. Atmosphere is also worth 1.2. We're going to keep both of those. Then you are going to have to get out of your seat, which teleports you on top of the car. That's the way it works. The atmosphere scan is down here. We're going to get that data. And the gravioli is here. We're going to take that data. And then we can't hit F to get back in. We have to right-click on your chair and get back on. Okay, this car is pretty sweet. If you leave the what do you call it, the SAS thing on, it's got a crazy turning circle and it can actually flip itself over. And the important thing is it can flip itself over, which means if he flips over, he won't be stuck flipped over forever. If I turn it off by hitting the number 2, this thing drives fairly well, to be honest. It's it's got good handling. Doesn't flip over all that much. One thing we're going to do here is flip it over just to show you. It's got solar panels on the bottom, so in theory, it even if it flips over, it'll still get sunlight, which will keep the batteries charged. We can just turn on the brakes, hit 2 to turn this thing on, and then whoop, back up and running, and turn off the brakes, turn this off, and then we're ready to go again. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, also hitting 1 will read all the science from everything. So if I drive up this slope really fast, and as soon as I come over this hill and hit the air, actually as soon as I jump over this will do, I can hit 1 and get all the science. Flying at Kerbin, atmosphere analysis while flying at Kerbin. I didn't get the gravioli data, but I think I might have gotten that before. I honestly don't know. Whoa. A little bit of a stoppy there. But every time we take a reading, we have to hop out, leave your seat, and grab the stuff. So hop back in your seat. And we're going to do with him what we did with the other guys, which is turn on our brakes, or turn off our brakes so we can start driving. We're going to get data from the runway over here. Then we're going to keep driving out. Actually, we're at the shores right now. I might as well do the gravity and the atmospheric analysis. Keep and keep. I'll wait until we get up to the actual runway to do that. And then we're going to keep driving out until we get to the shores. And then we're going to drive into the water at the shores. And that's going to be the last thing Rob's going to do. And then the rest of this is going to be everybody here. Whoops. Oh, you broke your wheels. It's even worse. Okay, let's turn the brakes on. Hit 2. Flip this guy back over. Okay. You gotta hop out and and fix your tires. That's awesome. Leave the seat. Let's go ahead and grab the data while we're here. And hop back in your chair. I tested this. He can get in the chair. There we go. And now we can take more data. I'm going to hit 1 here. Pressure scan from the runway, keep it. Atmosphere from the runway, keep it. Seismic scan from the runway, keep it. Gravity scan from the runway, keep it. Okay, so 1 definitely does work on this thing. I must have gotten the gravity data already. Let's go ahead and leave your seat. Oops. Let's take all the data here, and you've seen what I'm doing now, so I'm not going to subject you to this anymore. I will just show you the result when I recover him. Okay, we are heading towards the water here, and it's getting a little hard to slow down, so I figured you might want to see this. This is the last thing. It was very quick, actually. Once I had the shores, I was basically done. But yeah, I'm driving sideways here because I don't want to hit the water too fast. Because a lot of things have a crash tolerance of like 7, and I don't want them to explode, and driving down this shoreline could cause that to happen. So I'm cruising along here, slowing down until we get to, say, 5, and then I'll go in the water. There we go. And now we should be able to hit 1. Pressure scan from the water. Gravity scan from the water. And I guess that's all that works there. So now we're going to hop out here. Yeah, we can't get atmosphere. Let's see. Gravity. Take the data. Pressure. Swim yourself around here. Yeah, we can't get out into the water. We just have to take the water of the shores. And it's hard to click here. There we go. Take the data and then get back in your seat. I think it'll let me get back in the seat. And then we're going to recover Rob. And Rob got us 20 science. A very valiant effort there with 20 science. So thank you, Rob. But now it's time. Clear the launch pad? Oh, yeah. Oh, we got 0 science for that, too. That's pretty funny. Done with that. Now we've got the main event here, which is actually kind of a bigger deal than I thought it was going to be when I did this for the beginning. That's RD and Bananas. One of you is going to Eeloo. The other one isn't. And we'll show you what's going to happen here. Okay, here it is. Let me move the engineer back here. This crazy-looking boat is destined for mostly Eeloo. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's turn the RCS back off. I think I was smart enough. Yes, I actually emptied the monoprop tanks of this guy. Now, you'll see that there's a pod here. Tell you what, let's just launch. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this up here is going to Eeloo. And it's got a lander. It's got some sciences it can do. This one down here is going to get low sun orbit. You might not know this, but it's cheaper to go to the sun from Eeloo than it is to get to the sun from Kerbin. Oh, let me drop some tanks. So much so that it's actually cheaper to fly out to Eeloo and then lower your periapsis from there to the sun and then get your close sun. So we're going to send a guy all the way out to Eeloo so he can get a close-by sun flyby and get some more science from that. So this whole job here is going to be a double effort. We're double dipping because you can't land on the sun, so it doesn't matter when we go there. And you see I did some crazy asparagusing on this thing. I'm just dropping 2 tanks at a time until they are all gone. And this guy gets horrible thrust to weight at the end, so I've got to be going basically sideways by the time I get down to 3, and then I definitely got to be going sideways when I've only got 1, because his thrust to weight ratio is going to be like, I don't know, like 0.7 or something crazy like that. But right now we're up pretty high at a 1.8. Never even gets close to atmospheric efficiency, which means it's not the most efficient liftoff you can ever do, but I don't really care. It gets it into space. That's the important thing. So, it's kind of a boring launch, though. There's not much that happens during this launch other than I keep dropping tanks really quickly. But I will meet you when he gets into orbit. Okay, figured you want to see this. Look at those clouds, how cool they look with the the clouds going across and the shadows and everything. We just got into space, though. Oh, and I'm in fast mode. Almost destroyed my ship in fast mode. You notice our apoapsis is around 83. I actually hit 100. And I was so low in the atmosphere, it drug it back down to 83. I also only have 76 meters per second left in this tank, which should be just enough to circularize, give or take. Probably need more than that, but let's see. Let's see what circularization will cost. Oh, 42. So yeah, it will circularize me. I'm gonna though dump it before that point. I'm gonna burn up to my periapsis being around let's say, actually I need to do this as well. All these tanks and this all need to be in the same stage. That's one thing I forgot on my staging, to do that. And we also should have science. I'm kind of surprised we don't. Let me try here. Log gravity data. I must have already gotten it. Obviously seismic data is not going to do anything. Temperature data is not going to do anything. I don't have barometric pressure because we're going to Eeloo. But you know what I'm going to do? I am actually going to take this gravity data, because it is worth 0.8 science. We might as well do it. RD, I believe, is in the top spot. Yes, he is. Go ahead and take that. Hop back in your ship. And then we are going to come down here. Just get this thing aimed correctly. And we've got 3 minutes until the maneuver node. So we're going to speed up here. Just get to it. It's a 6-second burn, which is basically a nothing burn. I'm going to hit F5 to quick save. Take us right down to the wire. And then I'm going to burn until my periapsis gets to, say, 60. And then I'm going to cut the engines. Stage. And then burn the rest of the way so my periapsis goes to above 70. And we are past our apoapsis, so let's burn upward a little bit. Get a nice 81 by 83. That's perfect. Okay. So that will... I'm going to delete that. But I could, in theory, sit there and watch it until it actually burned all the way up. I'm going to hit F1 to open my solar panels, and it's not going to work because I forgot to set up... I forgot to set up action groups for that. But let's get these open while we still have power in the ship. Power might run out. But when we get around to the other side, we'll have more. So there we go. Nice, oddly symmetrical ship there. And this ship also has solar panels. It only has 2. And I'm going to leave them closed for the time being because they're kind of tucked away here. I don't want to break them off when we disconnect. The fuel in these tanks is what's going to be used next. And it actually has runways into all of these and into this. So when these run out, I can kick them off, and these guys will all be full of fuel still. And there's enough fuel in here basically to get us out to Eeloo's orbit. So let's go ahead and kill this maneuver node. And now we're going to do the same thing we've done in the past, which is figure out when we want to go to Eeloo. And we're going to do it the same way we did Dre, which is burn just around 1,000 or so to get ourselves outside of Kerbin. And then set Eeloo as a target. And then we're going to do the burn here. And we're going to meet Eeloo over here. And yes, I know that's years away. I don't care. And if we do it like this, just to see what it looks like here. When we get here, Eeloo will be there. And then we'll do another burn here, which Eeloo will be here. See, and then we can do our speed up here to get our connection right there. So that's what one of the ships is going to do. But we don't care about this maneuver node right now, and we don't care about this maneuver node right now. All we care about is the one that's in 151 days. So we are going to go back to the launch pad, and in map mode, I'm going to zoom way out. And we are going to crank up time. I love this time mod that really gives you a lot of extra time. We can probably go any time now. So let's jump to ship and restore maneuver node. Yeah, we're going to restore this maneuver node. I'm going to do something here. Now you saw that maneuver node that would take it there from outside. You'll notice that by the trickery of the Olberth effect, now I'm going to have to actually move the node till it's on the next orbit. That's not what I want. What I really, really want. Okay, fine. I'll delete the node. I don't care anymore. I was going to show you something cool, but the game doesn't want me to. The man is keeping me down. But, yeah, we're going to add a maneuver node here. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be, let's say, 2,500. We'll just go out to $2,000 and see where that takes us. That's getting close. But we need to go minus in time. No, not that much though. Plus in time anyway. Get our apoapsis right there. Let's set Eeloo as our target again. That's looking pretty good. Let's go another 100 plus. It's way too much, so let's go 10 minus. And we also need to change our time. I like to have the I like to have everything right there. Okay, so this is the burn we're going to do, and you'll see that this current stage has 1958, and this is just a little bit over that. So we're going to do the bulk of this burn with those fuel tanks that were in the thing. And it's also going to take about 6 minutes. So I'm actually going to do this in 2 burns. So we're going to do the first, probably, well, we'll start the burn and then we'll decide what we're going to do. But we'll probably do, it's going to be roughly a 6-minute burn. So we're talking, I'm going to do the first, say, 3 minutes here, and then the next 3 minutes on the other orbit. Okay, minute 22. Okay, it's saying it's going to be a lot longer than it actually is, I think. But we're going to let this go. I am going to burn until we're down to, say, maybe 4 minutes. And then we'll wait until the next orbit. So I will be back when I am done. Okay, I stopped the burn with roughly 4 minutes left. Actually, exactly 4 minutes left when I redid my node. And I have something interesting to show you here. We have a moon encounter in our next burn. And it is crazy close. We are going to skim the surface of the moon at about 20 kilometers, which is going to give us extra data. Assuming we don't crash into it because of the burn. So I'm going to have to watch for that. We'll see what happens. But we also, if we zoom all the way out, have a really nice Eeloo touch here, which will allow us to do all the stuff we were doing before. So, yeah. This is going to be cool. We are going to zoom ourselves around here. Yeah, I'm just ignoring the science. I honestly don't care enough to do it. I would rather nail this burn right. So here we go. Close the alarm and unpause. It is at 4 minutes. I am hitting F5 because I don't want to screw this up. I'm going to go down to 2 minutes. And we are going to hit the gas. And we've got 4 engines going. They're the littlest engine in the game. Well, not the littlest engine, but the littlest super efficient engine in the game. We are burning this thing. We are watching our orbit go. I am basically... Yeah, look at these. Look at all the moon encounters that it's predicting for us. But, yeah, eventually we're going to have a sun orbit here. There we go. Then we're just pushing that out, and it's going to do some crazy things as it goes because of the fact that we're going to get that weird moon encounter. But other than that, we're just waiting for this to come out. So I think I'm going to go into fast forward mode so you can watch this thing, and I will be back when it's out of fast forward mode. Okay, our fuel is almost gone. There's the moon. It's threatening to screw up our burn here. But we're about to dump the tanks here in a couple seconds. And goodbye. And we have a mere 100 and some odd meters per second left in our burn. I'm mostly watching the apoapsis now. As soon as that hits... right about there. Okay, let's kill this maneuver node. I'm going to burn a little bit farther. There we go. Just having that marker is what we want. Okay, we are good, and we are going to hit the moon running. I'm not sure which one of these gravioli detectors. I did a science scan while I was here. It must be that one. Let's go ahead and hop out RD. Check out this gravity data here. Take the data. Hop back in. Okay, and now it's just, let's go to Moon. And Moon, let's see, in 47 minutes. 47 minutes to the Moon. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to turn on the pausing. Global alert sound, global warp setting. Let's just turn that on, and that's good enough. So now it's gonna pause the warp whenever we can do science, and that could actually happen at any time because as Kerbin rotates below us, new biomes come into play. So we're just cruising at the Moon here, just watching it come. It's kind of fun here. And this is the Astronomer's Visual Enhancements Pack. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's Astronomer makes it, and it's for visual enhancements, so that's what I'm calling it. And it almost looks like we're going to crash into the Moon. I think we're going to crash into the Moon. We are. Well, crap. Let's fix that, shall we? We want to burn radially away from the Moon, just enough to not die. Kind of destroying our... I'm going to do it at 6. I think 6 kilometers is going to be enough. Let's see what that does to our Eeloo. Shouldn't really hurt our Eeloo encounter that much. It does, but we'll fix it when we get out, when we pass the Moon and don't die. Okay. Well, we could do lots of stuff. Mystery goo. Oh, we don't want to do a mystery goo. We actually don't. Yeah, let's reset that experiment. We don't want to do that. Or the material study. We want to do a gravity scan and apparently a crew report. So let's go ahead and keep the data and keep the gravity scan data. Go ahead and hop out. Let's see if you can grab your gravity data. Take all the data out of here. Do we have an EVA report from... Yeah, we do have an EVA report high above the Moon. Yeah, we're not going to do the materials study or the mystery goo because we didn't know that that was going to happen, and I don't want to use those up. If I had known we were going to be this close to the Moon, I would have... can we extend these panels without screwing anything up? I don't like that. Let's retract them. Although, actually, these guys are destined to be separating fairly soon. I might actually separate them before we... or right after we pass Moon. Okay, let's see how close we get here. Hey, Moon. You're kind of screwing up our mission here. We must be close. Gravity scan. Oh, we got a new gravity scan. High over the Moon's northwest crater. Let's go ahead and keep that data. Let's hop out and... God, the Moon is crazy looking over there. Let's go ahead and take this data and get back in. I'm just going to leave this up until we see something other than materials and mystery goo. Okay, temperature scan, gravity scan, crew report, keep, EVA report, take that EVA report, keep it, grab everything, temperature, oh my god, look at this, what's going on below us here. Okay, all we've got is materials and the mystery goo. This is going to be crazy. We are going to skim the surface. If we don't crash into the surface. If we do, I think I'm going to accept it as a casualty of the mission. We don't have an impact time, which I'm going to say is good. Oh, we might get a crater here. Yeah, we didn't get the EVA report over the crater. That's pretty sweet, though. Take that data, hop back in. Oh, board anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and board anyway. And, well, we have survived our moon encounter, which is, I'm going to say, good. And, yeah, we're gonna detach these guys, because they have different goals now. So, decouple. And that's awesome. Okay, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to fix our Eeloo encounter, because that's what matters as far as this guy's concerned. And we need to slow down to do that. Let's make sure we're not crashing into each other here by doing this. Looks like we won't, which is always good. Okay, we're going to slow down just to get another encounter with Eeloo. That looks pretty good. Right at the descending node, which is exactly what we want. Okay. And now these guys are drifting apart, and they will, basically forever.